Now, your Alaska Link weather for Juneau and Southeast.
Good evening. We had a cool and dry start to the month of March. Now, we only have 3 days in this summary, so don't take this with any significance, that deficit that is growing for precipitation, as these numbers will all change by the end of the week. But we did note that we had an average temperature to start off the month at 16 degrees. That's a chill, 15 degrees below normal. Again, only 3 days of data in it, so that can make it pretty drastic, but we are making some adjustments. Even today, we were starting to see those temperatures back on a climb, and we'll continue to talk about warming through much of this week, as we'll be back above freezing, even some 40-degree high temperatures on the board by the end of this week. But before we get to that significant warmth, or at least warm enough to bring us some changeover in precipitation, we are going to stay with some snowy impacts at onset, which is going to be coming through our Tuesday and into our Wednesday. But we are going to stay active towards the weekend forecast, where we have those warmer temperatures. So that is going to bring that toss up between precipitation types and potentially some high impacts. So we'll continue to keep an eye on the return of precipitation. High tide for our Tuesday will occur just around 8 a.m. and then again around 10:17 into those evening hours. We start off the day with still that winter chill, so those winter layers are still needed, dropping down into those teens, some isolated spots, single digits, and then high temperatures into those upper 20s, which is improvements from the lower 20s over the weekend, but we still note that that high temperature is closer to our averages this time of the year. Now, what we'll note as we roll into our Tuesdays, we start off the day with some sunshine there, still with that east-northeasterly flow, keeping us with a little bit of that winter feel. But by the evening hours there, we are getting overspread with some of that precipitation, as well as noting that we have a southeasterly flow, and that's what's going to help to continue to promote temperatures as we roll into the rest of the week. So we head into our Tuesday seeing increased cloud cover across the panhandle, and then snowfall will uptick first for the northern panhandle down through the Glacier Bay National Park, and then we'll watch that snow showers will overtake the rest of the panhandle into Wednesday. Some strong forcing there for some of those coastal areas, as well as noting that that tight rotation of that low pressure system is going to send in some marine concerns with some gustier winds into some of those channels. So do keep yourself wary as the system continues to bring its impacts through the panhandle. You can see that higher contour there from Glacier Bay National Park up through Yakutat, where some winter headlines are in place. Outside of that, pretty light accumulation, but still will create some of those concerns of some slippery travel as that snowfall moves in, but then quickly will transition to some warming temperatures. We'll see some of that morning daylight as we have 11 hours on the board. 6:38 is our sunrise, 5:38 is our sunset. We do have temperatures holding just around that freezing mark. More sunshine for the southern panhandle, but then again, everybody will be underneath some of those light snow showers throughout our Wednesday, and then some transition of that precipitation type will be possible as we'll continue to warm those temperatures, as well as note that we do stick with a likely weather pattern of keeping conditions active into the weekend.